Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to another exciting week of MARZ live stream.
Yes, I've
we are
returned.
bringing in- Yes, we both returned. We were gone last week. Sorry, I don't know. I'm not sure what. I guess something aired on Access Humboldt. I'm not sure what it was, but something did. Of course, for those of you in YouTube land, we weren't here, so that's something that would be cool to do in the future is record. We've talked about like doing a recorded stream and just like premiering it at this time if we ever needed to. It'd be nice to just have a backup one at some point, but
Maybe we'll do that with the remix thing or something.
oh yeah. So
Ideas.
I think what we're gonna do today, and well, what we are gonna do today is talk a little bit about Foley. We've got a summer film camp coming up, and part of that summer film camp is going to be teaching students to do Foley for their films. So spur of the moment, I thought, hey, I'll just go record something and make a little, 2-minute short film, and have Cory make all the sound for it. So all I didn't worry anything about sound. I just filmed it and put it together. It's got a few different cuts and takes, and if we want to, do we want to watch it just without sound one time through?
Sure. Do you want to play it or should I?
Go for it. Let me just switch since I've got your screen up already. Here we go.
Cool.
That's my first acting debut in silent film form.
Weird. It's coming through choppy on my screen. Are you getting it that choppy?
A little bit.
It's definitely like on my screen and just not as choppy as it looks on this TV right now. So I'm not sure if there's something going on with NDI or what, but
I'm not sure.
anyways, so this is the video. So it's a pretty simple, like, little scene of Jay doing some work at his computer. The idea, right, is that you're going to interact with like a wide variety of, or a variety of objects at least, that I can try interacting with them the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed. It's just catching a little bit of choppiness there. I wonder what that's about. But yeah, I just thought, what would be something that have plenty of things that could use Foley.
Oops.
For instance, the flip of a page, the scribble of a pen, the drink of water, the tap of the setting down of the cup, all these little things that all require some sound. And typically in a real production, your number one priority is dialogue. Of course, this doesn't have any dialogue, so I didn't bother to record it when I was filming. Most sounds are done in post, the majority of the time. So you see like this, it's just a shot of my phone. You can kind of guess what happened. Even though I didn't actually ring, you can just put the ringing sound in or the vibrating sound in.
Definitely implied.
Yeah.
I'd probably choose, since the vibration, sometimes the phone moves a little when it vibrates. Like I might choose to not vibrate it because it doesn't move. But like thinking about realism here, hey.
Keys,
yeah.
door.
We'll see how far we get. I'm not very close to a door right now, so we'll see.
And that's it. That's a little short film. So.
Sweet. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. So as I'm watching this, like as a Foley artist, which I guess is what I'm doing today, I'm thinking about a cue list. So I've made myself a little actual. Oops. Whoa. Come on. I made myself an actual list here. It doesn't have everything in it yet. But I was thinking, can I actually get it to play me that video without? Oh, it disappears when you lose focus. You see that? So I can't like type in this list without losing the video. So
why? Is that the built-in player? It just goes away.
I guess I could play it from a different source. I'm playing it from Ableton right now.
Oh, I see. Yeah, CV. There you go.
So we could just go through here and just start picking out things, right? But there's right off the top of my head, right? There are keys. There is a book, and it's not like a medium-sized book, It sits down on a wooden desk. There's a mug with liquid, drinking, right? What else? There's pen and paper. There is interaction with a phone ringing and a little bit of laptop usage. There's also a door, doorknob turning, or door opening, I guess, right? And all the things involved with that. There's footsteps. There are also the interactions with the books on the shelves, which is going to sound different than if you're holding a book. So, books on bookshelf. I think that's pretty thorough, but let's just peek at this again and see if I've forgot anything. So this outside shot there's no interactions here, nothing moves, except for the shot itself.
This little establishing shots.
Yes.
My color grading is terrible because I did not focus on that, but I have my white balance set wrong. Here's a prime example.
So here's that bookshelf, book interaction, right? Rifling through the books.
It's falling over.
So that's our first cue. And then flipping through a book. And then here's our pen and paper sliding over. And so I'm thinking about the objects that I need to make these sounds. And I did not get a little tiny pad of paper. Do you have that thing handy?
I do.
Well, actually, I'm not gonna use it. No,
okay.
I'm gonna do something else. And I'm gonna hope it works out okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got the book. I got that. We got the mug, the drinking. Here's the book. We got laptop, touch. Phone ring, phone pick up, phone put down. I guess the phone itself is another item, right? So there's the ringtone of this phone might be something that's categorized as sound effects rather than a Foley thing, because it's I'm not recreating something that actually happened or whatever, but blah, blah, blah. It's all part of the same world. So cool. I think that's pretty much everything, right? There's no other objects that you must. Oh yeah, the chair. Sitting and standing, scooting the chair. Anytime anything touches anything, it makes a sound, pretty much. The foot touches the floor, the butt touches the chair, anything. So, the book on the table, all those things make a different sound. So it's oh boy. So the job, in its most basic, tends to be just recreating the on-screen action in an acoustically controlled environment. So if I was going for the most realistic thing I could do would be to go into this room and sit at this table and chair with these items and record myself using them. But that's not how films are made. The whole point of Foley is that you couldn't do that. That's if you could have recorded it on set, they would have just done that.
Picture this room as a different building altogether in a different state.
Yeah, maybe this was recorded a year ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's so we're gonna presuppose that that's not the case. So the job of the Foley artist is to create a believable sound for the picture. It is not to create the exact sound of the exact things you're seeing in the picture or anything else like that. It just needs to be. It needs to not take you out of the moment and just need to be believable enough. And there's a surprising amount of leeway with that, which is kind of handy. So yeah, I feel pretty comfortable with that list. So let's flip back into Ableton here, and let's get ourselves set up. So I've already got a microphone over here hooked up, and I got my fan and power turned on, and I've set my gain pretty high because we're going to be recording some pretty quiet sources. But I think it's pretty reasonable right now. So how do I want to approach this? Let's see. I might start with this bookshelf thing. Feels a little challenging to me to do right here at this desk. I might actually want a bookshelf and to walk up to a bookshelf, but that's not super convenient on camera. So I'm going to start with the things that are going to be easy for me to do on camera for you now.
There we go.
We're going to pick and choose some way. So I'm going to start with the things that are happening on the desk, and then we're going to worry about the chair and stuff like that. So I might Jay, I might slide my situation over here because I do have a desk here.
Okay.
Why not use it, right?
There you go.
So we're gonna Foley work is a bit of a physical activity, so we're gonna rearrange things. So I have my mic set up here on a stand because I definitely don't want to touch it or anything while I'm working. And I was thinking I'd use this chair is a place to like mess with stuff, but like, I'm just gonna do it at the desk. Try and record things at a desk. Might as well, right? Then I don't have to get up. I like that. So boom, here we go. So we have our sound situation. So what's the first cue that we want to do? Go through, and so let's do this stuff with, let's do this pen and paper first. So I'm going to label this track pen and paper, and we'll record those simultaneously. So I did not go and like get a little booklet like that, but I just grabbed a random ballpoint pen and a single sheet of paper. So hopefully this goes well, because I only grabbed one. It doesn't really matter what my piece of paper looks like, as long as it sounds right, though. So let's see, let's just like watch this little section here. It starts right, I'm gonna add a locator so I can trigger this from the beginning really easily. It starts like right around there. Yeah, so I'll start with the pen picking up, slides the paper over, right, scribble, 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 slide the hand around, flip the page around, put it back down, slide it over, cool. So that's what I'm gonna try and do right now. So there's an element of this that this like little thing has a metal spiral on it, and it's gonna like be a little more metallic sounding than this individual piece of paper. So we'll see if this feels weird or not. But we'll start with this idea. So Foley is a performance. You know, I'm not capturing, like I could go through and try and capture each of these sounds individually and place them on the timeline exactly where I want them, but that's not how the job is done. The real world, real stuff, I'm going to just watch what Jay did and try and perform it. And it might take me multiple takes to do this. Let me try and get my start point a little better. Yes, a little earlier than that. Cool. So, starts with a pen on the table. Oh, my gain is a little high. Do you see, I don't know if you can see very well, but my meter here is clipping when I tap that pen on the table. So we're gonna definitely need to do some compression on this. Probably some expansion too. So I should have my tilde key mapped to record. Yes, fabulous. Something I've done, I've just pro tip, the whatever tilde,
yeah,
tilde?
I think it's tilde.
Like Hilda, but tilde?
Tilde, yeah.
That key is not used for anything in Ableton, so in my default set, I've mapped that to the arrangement record button. So now I have a hotkey on my keyboard, a single button to start and stop recording, which is really nice. So I can, especially coupled with a Bluetooth keyboard, now I can just walk around anywhere and just hit record wherever I want, which is pretty cool. But also just, that's the number one button that I want a shortcut for that I don't have, so now I do. Anyways, I feel like I want to watch this before I perform it, but if I might as well watch it and try and do it, and then I might as well record that. So I'm gonna give myself a little space because things do slide around a bit here, and right, this thing's like a little booklet. So I'm gonna fold my paper into quadrants. I'm thinking way too hard about this, by the way.
This is the challenge,
right? Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna see what happens. So I hit record, and off we go. Okay.
That was, I mean, just from what I heard was...
Oh yeah, I forgot to hit the direct here. Well, you'll hear it better next time.
Okay.
So, here's what I did. This was like my first try, so we'll see. How is this for believable? Okay, I'm not hearing it very well.
Yeah.
So let's, this is a dynamics issue, right? Like there's not a huge range of gain on this preamp between too quiet and too loud because like the difference in volumes between that loud thing and everything else is pretty high. So, you know, like you see that, like I can barely turn that up, like that thing will clip way before anything else does. So it's cool, this is what compressors are for. So we'll just, we'll put a compressor on here and it'll have a really fast attack. And then we'll use that to just knock that peak down, and then we should be able to, this should get us to a more reasonable volume at least. So let's see. Let's take a look at this again.
And that's
surprisingly good, I think.
yeah. I thought yeah.
Okay, so but there were a couple moments when it was bad, right? Like you could tell, like I started turning, like you kind of like handle the page for a second before you turn it, you know. So I might just do another pass of it. I think I'm just gonna approach it that way. So I'm going to just like literally record that again. And so Ableton has these take lanes, right? So it'll stack these lanes, and I can then comp together a take of this action that best represents the actual sound. Take 2. That felt better to me.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. I just think it's neat how it, I don't know, it just makes it more real. Even though it's not the same, it's how well it's, I don't know, it's a really cool art form.
Yeah, you want to see what I wrote? It's nothing. But so just real quick, I just feel like I'm a musician. I feel like I'm performing music right now. Even though I'm not, there's nothing musical about it. It's like, but there is. It's timing. It's tones. I'm like trying to make a certain sound at a certain time. What else? That's music. So it's kind of fun. You get to do. It's a combination of sound design and performance. That's Foley. So here's take 2. Whoa, that worked really well. Cool. That worked way better. So I thought like the beginning of the first one was maybe a bit better or something. There was like something I missed about the way that first one interacted. So I'm gonna pop out the take lane real quick here. And here I can like comp sections of it. Here, let me expand this for you guys. Let's notice this is a little out of practice on the stream. Booyah. I love that you can just scale this whole UI.
Oh, that's nice.
It's quite convenient. So then let's get the video window back and make that a little more useful size. So like there was something in like this, in that middle section that I liked better here. Like maybe it was like the writing before you took your hand off, I think. Yeah, like there. And then yeah, like I didn't like that initial movement of the. Let's try this.
Yeah, you really can. Yeah. It's so satisfying.
I know. It's honestly, it's so satisfying. I love this. Cool, so there's some more things that happen with this. I feel like that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, if this was I mean, I could spend more time with this, but I'm not going to because we have only, not much time left in this stream, and you don't want to watch me to do this one take over and over again. But it doesn't have to be a whole lot better than that. Like I might like nudge some things left or right, or like trim some things so they don't last as long. Mm-hmm. Might replace some aspects of that with room tone. Oh yeah.
Room tone.
Oh yeah. We should probably do that. Here, before I move this mic at all, actually, let's just do it. Room tone. Alton?
Yeah.
Shh. I got him. We're going to record some room tones, so we need a lot of silence here. Here we go. Cool. Useful to have. Here it is. You're leaning back in your chair, Jay. Room tone.
That's some juicy room tone.
Yep.
Sounds good.
That's the air purifier in Jay's tower in the other room. whirring away.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah, totally. Cool. So this will come in handy because we're going to maybe try and do some noise reduction on some of this stuff in a minute. And I've been meaning to toy around with Isotope RX on the stream, so we're going to have our chance. So let's get the video window back up. You messed with that thing again, don't you? Yeah, it's more pen stuff. So let's do the pen stuff while we can. And then we'll do the book. Cool. So you're obscuring your action here a smidge, but that's okay. I'm going to move this locator so it's easy to locate. So phone goes down, book gets closed. It's right there.
Reaching for the pen, yep.
Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna just pop that out to another track so I don't like lose it somewhere. And then I'm just gonna do this again. So try and recreate this. I'll just record it instead of watching it without recording it, because why not? Cool. That didn't go very well. So I'm just gonna do that again real quick. Cool. Pretty good.
Two-take wonder.
Stuff is so funny. I really, yeah. It still delights me. You know, like I feel like a kid every time.
I wonder what that is. It's just like that. It's a funny thing that you're like recreating something that existed in. I don't know. I don't know what that like.
For me, it's the syncing of sound and picture.
That's how well
cool.
it worked. Yeah.
Yeah. That like, you know, like I just make all weird sounds all day long, but it's like, oh, like making the sound of a thing that.
Something that's so basic, but it's so...
Maybe if I did this more, I'd be less entranced by it. But it's fun. It's so fun. Okay, so we're gonna let's do the drinking sounds. Well, no, you know what? I'm gonna do the book because I have this mic pointed at the table, and I feel like while it's pointed at the table, I want to interact with stuff on the table. Books. So I have a new track. I could probably do this all on one track, but no. Doing it on one. So that buck does need to get set down over here, right? So there's an element of that, like. You know. So just recorded that on the wrong track. Whoopsies. Do that again. Do it correctly. Okay, here we go. It's right around here. So let's start with where you've got the book in your hands. There. So that doesn't have that compression on it. So let's, I'm trying to be efficient and save time here. So I'm just gonna move that compressor over here. Never mind this question about this Game Boy. I'm getting a Game Boy. Like setting down is like very loud, huh? Whoa, like that's not right. But here, I think like I like everything up until that point. So what if we just turn that event down? Clip gain. Something like that, and then like fade this clip into that clip, so it's like, come on, there you go.
Yeah.
So I'm already being like, did you hear like you hear the fading room tone?
Ah.
That was weird. It took me out of the moment. So, not the solution. How do I get that sound back? I feel like I have to get more specific with this thing. So I'm going to crank up this clip, and then I will crank down. I guess we can't do this compression on this whole group then. Bring this compressor over here, and we're going to set it quite differently. This doesn't really even need it, huh? There's something funny about that setting down, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We don't have time for that. So, you know, I could be a lot more detail-oriented about this if I wanted to, but I'm trying to get the main bits and bobs. So here's about where we left off. So something happens over here. Oh, okay, so there's a flipping open of the book right there. Okay, so like that's an interesting spot right there where like you're in the middle of interacting with it and it just cuts.
Is something that would you consider the camera distance from the object as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if you're closer to the book, the page flipping should be a little bit louder than if you were like across the room.
Yeah, totally. And so, yeah. And because I'm feeling like, you know, I had to crank this one up so much to get it to where I wanted it, it's going to bring up the room tone with it too. So we'll see if this does something weird. I can hear you clicking.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. This is such funny detail-oriented work, you know. What was that? Where did that come from? Funny. It happens to align perfectly with you touching the pen, but that's not supposed to be there. I didn't really get a sound for that. What if it was that sound but just quieter because it's so loud? No, it's like a hit. That's not what you're doing. Let's record a sound for that real quick. So arm this track. Here, where'd my pen go? Where did I put it? Oh, it's on the floor. So I just want to like record a sound of you touching that pen. So, oh, but that's too like forceful. Okay. Right there, yeah.
Anybody want to guess how I got that shot?
I feel like that works pretty good though. I don't know how well you can hear that tiny background sound, but I feel like it's working. There's some more book stuff coming up here though, so let's get it. Book stuff. Okay. I need to start in the position. So you start with, like, when it appears on screen, you're holding it. Oh, but okay, you can see you opening it right there. So there's that.
Well, I think the scene before I did have it open when it cuts.
Oh, right, yeah. So it's not sure, yeah.
So I'm like holding it with one hand. I'm holding it with only my left hand at the time because I've got my...
Fair enough. Got it.
So I do have it open.
Okay. Cool, and that happened to like line up really well with like all the other stuff. So let's see how this makes us feel. Trim this clip a bit. Oh, starts there. This thing's probably gonna need a little gain boost. Yeah, it's not going to be a loud moment, but like it's not dead silence now. That was okay.
Yeah.
Could like I feel like those like maybe could have happened like a smidge earlier. So I could like zoom in and just slide them over. Yeah. Way better. And then that's weird. But like also like there's some kind it's like the wrong sound. There's like a sound that should happen there, but that's not the one.
Was that the setting of the down of the book? This is what that was.
It's you picking up your I was setting down the book, but yeah, in place of the phone pickup there.
Oh, I see it moved.
So I just pasted in some room tone over that little hit. Oh, but that hit would be maybe fine for that when that phone gets set down.
Repurpose.
Totally. Yeah, because that sound there actually kind of sucks. Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
It doesn't really match your motion though. You kind of like press it into the table a little. That feels more aligned now. Whoa, the book putting down was like
Perfect.
perfect.
Spot on.
Then it segues right into that like writing cue. So these cues are overlapping a little bit right now, which since they contain the same room tone, that may be an issue because then we're doubling up on room tone. So like a smarter workflow maybe to actually have these all on one track and cut between them. But some of these sounds are going to have to happen at the same time, so there's going to be a little element of that. We're doing pretty good though. That's a huge chunk of it. That's like most of the sound. So what's left? We're gonna do the water drinking. So Jay, you did raise a really excellent point about considering camera distance when considering microphone distance. And so trying to contain things in the shot here and not like run all around the room. I'm not like getting super in depth with that. But I do think like on a quiet soundstage, it might matter less. But in this room where it's noisy enough that changing the gain on the clips is going to result in an audible difference in the volume of the noise floor as well, then like it might be smart then to, I can mix it in advance by just recording from a distance away.
Yeah.
However, that then brings more of the room into play and like, do you want the sound of the room or not?
Right.
So this is where like using Isotope RX to kind of like clean stuff up might be interesting. And I'll pop that out in a minute here and see what we can do. So let's try and grab this this mug shot here. I think that's the only time you pick that up, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
I actually had a really weird time trying to edit it in because I realized I didn't have a shot of me actually picking it up. So
cool. So I'm gonna just try and like sort of guess where that gets picked up, and I think I'm gonna like keep this same mic configuration. I'm not gonna point it straight at me. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, see what we got. I like. We gotta get that compressor out. Where'd you go? Compressor. This is where like one of those DAWs that lets you apply effects on a per clip basis would be really handy. You know, like I just want to compress this particular moment right there, not the whole track, you know. And so like, I forget which one that we auditioned that was like that. DaVinci is like that. Yeah, really convenient for this kind of thing.
But you could probably, I think it's got features that you could record. So.
Oh, totally. I can see a reason to record your Foley straight into DaVinci and edit it in there. Totally. Yeah, that's all right, you know. Obviously, there's a lot of mixing that needs to happen with this later, but like...
Nice.
But I think it's like...
Yeah.
Or even got a little mouth noise in there. A little tiny mouth noise.
Perfect.
Crucial. I think I'm gonna gain down the transient of this thing. So I'm zooming in on this hit, and like it's just like too much here.
Make it a little.
I don't know. I'll just turn this entire section down and see if that's weird. It'll probably be weird. Oh, well, first off, that didn't do what I was hoping it would do, but I'm gonna turn just the initial hit down, I think. I don't like that it's 2 hits also. Like, what's up with that? I don't like it at all.
Yeah, these, I've actually got the actual cup here, and I think it's got more of a, the one that you've got has a wider base on it, so maybe you end up like hitting it on the...
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Where that's less likely to get set at that angle and like flam.
Well, I guess, well.
But here, like, it doesn't really matter what that cup would actually do. It matters the movie, right?
True, yeah, you can't see it. So.
And like, yeah, I'm not seeing it setting down at an angle, and it's like, that's fine.
Yeah, that looks, yeah.
The soft
I like that,
after hit there. So I just like trimmed it out.
Yeah.
And like slid the tail over. So there's a bit of the end of it here, but I think that actually adds to the realism. Mm-hmm. What happened there? There was like a moment missing. Oh, you start messing with the book. Ah. So I started doing something with the book here, and I think I put it in the wrong spot. It's like actually right there where that ought to be. Yeah. Just like that. Sweet. Mm-hmm. I hope that this comes through on the stream.
Yeah,
this stuff is like these are like really low volume sounds that we're playing here. I'm trying to play them at as high a volume as is reasonable, but you know we're peaking at -7. That's not terrible.
I'm getting we're getting a feed, so we might do. Maybe I'll put together a version with
a post-process version.
Yeah, like a version without sound, and then a version with sound. And,
sure.
And put it together as a little YouTube video and upload it so y'all can see.
Oh yeah, that's a cool idea.
Example.
Cool. So let's just zoom out here. We've got all of our booky interactions except for the bookshelf, which I'm gonna not do right now. So the last, aside from the chair stuff, there's like some laptops, like touching the laptop and your phone. It seems like they're only touching that laptop when when the camera's kind of far away a little bit. There's not like I didn't see a close of that. Like maybe that's supposed to be like a little bit right there. Or no, you're looking at the book. Cool. So there's a little bit of it right there. So I'm just gonna slide my hand around on the table. Who cares? And just like record that. I don't know. Maybe maybe do something maybe want. Here's the direct monitoring. So like you probably won't hear the table itself, but if I like have like,
oh yeah,
maybe a little more audible. You do something with it. Okay, that's a real stretch, but. So like it brought up the noise floor so much that like I don't think that actually worked very well. So maybe I want to this sound might not be important. Also like okay, had to take my headphones off for a second. This is the loudest thing on my desk. So.
Oh, that kind of wood that's got a bit of a
yeah,
grain on it.
It's a bit textured. Yeah, so we'll try another pass of that with that and see if this helps. I don't know. Probably like I'm trying to like in the grand scheme of things, like I feel like if like once we got that book to a reasonable level, that like that would be so quiet that if this was at an audible level too, that it would be like unusually loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with the, okay, that statement probably doesn't make sense if you don't know that there are some loudness standards for film, and they're centered around the levels of dialogue. And so like, right? And so like when you're deciding how loud your project is going to be, it's, you know, if you're being smart about it, you're setting that based on the level of dialogue, and then everything around it works accordingly. If something's supposed to be louder than dialogue, it's louder. If something's quieter, it's quieter. Nothing in this video is going to be louder than dialogue, you know. And so like it's actually all too loud right now to go into a movie. It's peaking too loud, and you know, like probably I think I haven't actually measured it in an intentional way, but.
It is quite an interesting like balancing game when it's so like.
Yeah, these are actually maybe pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
But you know, like so this is peaking at minus 35, like the average levels. Well, no, these are pretty quiet, I think. You'd probably hear these brought up. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm like, what should I do? Running into sort of a time limit here. Let's move the chairs around. That's and then a ringtone. Oops, I don't want to export this. I just want to rename this track and call it chair. So the chair interactions begin here. So that's everything I'm gonna do on the desk. So I'm gonna point this thing at my chair. You know, in a real Foley studio situation, you probably wouldn't use the same mic for everything necessarily. There might be things that work better for some things than others. I'm just keeping it simple here, but there's some consistency to the sound when you use the same mic. However, there's also the thing where if we're stacking a bunch of these different things, and you're stacking the frequency characteristics of that mic, and I don't know. If it sounds good, it is good, though. That's the rule. So, yeah. So this is a different chair than you've got, but I think it's okay. Let's just see what happens. So I'm gonna. And I don't think you like scoot around a whole lot in it or anything. There's just that seating, and then I don't feel like I need to like make the sound of you like shifting in your chair or anything like that. You're pretty, oh yeah, it just moves right there. Okay. All right. You're noticing maybe the thing that's missing. You noticing what's missing, Jay?
From the sound?
Yeah. It's really glaring here, I think.
Keys?
Yeah, hey, the keys, actually. Yeah, thank you. Good point. That's not what I was thinking of.
Footsteps?
Footsteps is what that's exactly what I was thinking of.
The keys are on the desk to be, they're quick. I was wanting to see if those are...
They're on my list. I forgot to do them, though.
Should be a pretty easy one.
Yeah, those only move the one time, I believe. Yep. Oh, I'm recording on the wrong track. Cool. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. That worked so good. So good. So satisfying when it works like that. Okay, so should we try and do a couple footsteps?
Sure. I think there was a few more phone pickups in there.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So maybe before doing...
Sure. Fair enough.
I think there's two pickups, but you probably use the same noise. Because I pick it up from the same place, the same way.
Yeah, I think I want to like get more intentional about it. Phone pickup. So there's one here. Mm-hmm. Just, I have a phone in a rubberized case just like you, so I might as well do it. Oh, should probably arm the correct track. Oh, where is that? Do I need to record more than... here it is. Oh, no, that's not where it is. There. Come on.
It's right after that.
Cool. I think that might work better than whatever I had going on in there. I like substituted some fake sound for it. Yeah. 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 What? That sounds kind of weird though, doesn't it?
It sounds sticky almost, like it's...
Yeah, it's like the little lip in this thing, like getting like dragged along. But again, it like broke the realism. So even though your phone's face down, I'm gonna pick mine up face up right now. Oh, it squeaked. Funny. That one didn't make any noise. I think that's it. I don't like how it goes bub bub kick. No, like you know what I mean? Like it's so funny, but you can get super particular about this stuff. So let's just grab a little bit of the silence from before and cover that last little hit, which I think is like zig zig ah. Yeah. There's still something. I feel like it's early. No. Oh, it's late. It's like this. It's really the sound of your fingers touching the table, like when you go grab the phone.
Probably more so.
So interesting how choppy the playback of the video is on. Interesting. So much smoother on my screen. Whatever.
It's like smoother on your screen now than it is on the...
Yes. Yeah, I'm not getting any of that choppiness here.
Huh.
Haven't been.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So something about NDI maybe. Yeah, there's another one of those though, right?
Yeah, I pick it up right at the end.
Oh, it's right.
Take it with me.
Oh yeah. Right. That thing.
Yeah, right here.
Farted. I can't even I'm like trying to get it to make a noise.
Is it the like, yeah, so.
It's to make any sound.
Mine kind of goes like if I put my hand on it.
Yeah, I'll just give it a look.
There's me.
Yeah, just give it a little like doll up there. I think that might work. Yeah, cool. That feels like,
Yeah.
it feels fairly realistic actually.
Cool.
We only have 10 minutes left on terrestrial TV, so maybe should we do footsteps? You want to do footsteps?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's really the last thing that I feel like I can do here without like setting up a mini bookshelf. I'm not sure how else I'd make that. Well, I can try, I guess. Should I try? Let me try. I'll try. Because I think footsteps are like obvious and everyone gets that, right? I'm gonna step with my feet. But like, let's see if like maybe I can make something something feel like that bookshelf. I actually did grab a pile of books, so might as well take this water off of here so I don't spill it all over my laptop. So in the video, they're vertical. I don't know.
Try horizontal. That's what I would try.
Totally. I'm just gonna see what happens here. Cool. Okay. I'm just gonna see what happens here.
What was that?
Well, that's your phone ringtone, friend. Copying that out, this is too weird. I don't know what that was. Oh, that was me. I'm sorry, I do. That was me adjusting the mic stand. Yeah, all right. Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
There's like, it's funny, like, there's like a, you get real nitpicky about this. Like, there's like a sort of a plasticized cover in one of these things, and you hear it squeak in my hands here.
So I think like, one of those books could have been. It does sound like it's like sliding out like against the book.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it's, yeah. So like, there's this element of like, yeah, yes, they're books, but like, these are like, if they're like old, like soft bound tomes, they're gonna sound different than like thin little, like hard, like even these books here on this table, like you can hear the difference when I tap on them. Some are brighter and some are darker sounding. And like intuitively, we all know that like hard surfaces like reflect sound and sound bright, and like soft surfaces don't and sound dark, So like, we kind of get some idea of what the world around us is like just by how things reflect. Even even if you've never thought about that before, you're aware of this as a human being. Okay, I wanted to like use that as your ringtone though. I thought it was kind of a perfect weird ringtone. So where does it ring? Huh.
Nope.
Where'd it go?
There it was.
Ableton's really annoying with its video navigation. It is so crude. So I should probably like... So bad.
That sounds pretty good.
Turn it down a bit. You can hear like some metallic rattling aspect of the stand here, and if I was like, man, I really want that to sound like a real ringtone, I'd probably like trim it better, like that kind of thing. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, no one's coming for you telling you that doesn't sound like a vibrating cell phone, right? No. Okay, I'm not gonna get any further with this right now, so maybe let's just watch the whole thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to like, just try and make it a little more audible. I'm going to like, go in here and just add let's just compress the whole thing, actually. Just get it into the audible range. Yeah, cool. Short attack, auto release, ratio 4. Great. So, how did I do? I didn't do any sound here. So there's other post-processing stuff I'd like to show you, but we'll get there another time, I think. I didn't do the footsteps either, so. Forgot to trim that. Some increased room tone from another clip, from this clip. As I added some gain, you're hearing now the differences in the room tone is becoming more audible. You hear it cut out. So I feel like I should be like there's definitely some like voice acting to happen even in here, you know? That could have been better. That was all right. And that's good, I think. Cool. All right, that's everything I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fun. This is super cool. I really enjoy doing this.
Should we do a part 2 on this one?
Yeah, I think we should, because
Okay.
I want to do some post-processing, and we can, you know. But I hope it's really clear. That was a clear illustration, I think, about how the noise floor becomes so much more important here. And like that's what you're fighting. You're battling the noise floor the whole time. Both just getting it down so that your sounds are heard clearly and audibly above it, but also that it's consistent, you know, because pure silence sounds awful. And we don't like that, but we also don't like it when the noise goes up and down. You know, like it was so distracting just then, right? Like, for me it was. But, you know, so I also want to say we're nitpicking these sounds really hard, and you know, I mean, not as hard as I could, but you know, like I'm in there like nudging things and stuff, you know, and like there's still moments where I feel like the sounds don't perfectly align with the actions. But like if this was like a 2-hour production, these moments, like no one's going to be thinking about these moments and like, oh, is that the perfect sound for that touching of that book there? Like, no, you're thinking about the story, you're thinking about the characters and how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
And so the only job here is to make it good enough that it's not distracting.
Yeah, doesn't pull you out of the...
But also not too good that it's not, you know, I don't want this design shouldn't take away from the action either. It should just support, it's a supporting, enhancing role. And so, yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm glad that was cool to watch.
Totally, this was fun to do.
So.
Yeah, we'll fill in the rest of the gaps next time and try and deal with our noise issue, and that'll be a fun stream.
Cool. All right, everybody, take it easy, and we'll see you all next week.
Take it easy, y'all.